Today in the Great Outdoors, we take a look at the COROS VERTX 2. We're kicking off a new test to see how it reacts in the Apple ecosystem and how it stacks up against the Garmin line of products in terms of accuracy, heart rate tracking, and just general fitness. It's not going to replace the Apple Watch, but it might augment my lineup with, needing a dedicated sports watch to go along with the day-to-day use of the Apple Watch. Let's go. Let's take a look at the COROS VERTX 2. All right, today we kick off a whole new exploration of the wearable world for JB. This time we're going to take a look at the COROS VERTX 2, a brand new, well, not brand new, it's been out for about 6 months, but just as I've explored this exciting world of wearables, I've decided that this would be a great addition to my test. You all know that a couple days ago, about a week ago, I started looking at the Garmin Epics, and then I've also compared things to my Apple Watch Series 7. So the COROS VERTX 2 is just a natural fit to kind of add to the mix as I decide what's the best wearable for the Apple addict in your life. And so I've been obviously a big fan of the Apple Watch since its beginning, and I've had several versions of this, and now I'm rocking the Series 7, and I've also compared a couple of Garmin watches in my past and the Phoenix line, and then a couple weeks ago I decided to look at the Epics because it was just released and it has all the same features that the Phoenix line does. Now let's take a step back, and what is the COROS VERTX? Let's take a look real quick at what that is and what we're going to do in the next couple weeks. So the COROS VERTX is a fantastic watch. It's been out for about 6 months, and it really directly competes in a lot of features with the Phoenix line. It doesn't have the same AMOLED display as the Epic, so it's not a direct comparison watch for that model in particular, but you could compare what this watch does with the Phoenix line. And so I don't have a Phoenix because I went with the Epics, but I can compare features to features, and the connectivity and the notifications and the GPS accuracy of this device to what I'm already doing with the Epics, and comparing it with the Apple Watch Series 7. So for an Apple guy, is this going to be any different day to day as that fitness addendum to my arsenal? So if I'm going to use the Apple Watch day-to-day for notifications, but I'm going to pair that with a fantastic all-around sports and fitness watch, is the COROS VERTX 2 maybe a competitor for that role in my life? So what is this? Well, first of all, it's they only make one size. This is the larger size, and this is the same size as the 7X or 6X if you have one of those watches, and so that's how it would directly compete in size. It does have dual GPS or multi-band GPS, so that's a great feature. It competes directly with the new Phoenix and Epix watches directly because of that increased capability to monitor more than one satellite signal. It does mapping, and you can, with some latest of the software updates, upload routes that you had on Strava. I just did that. I put a couple routes on here, so when I test it the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to see how that feature works with this compared to what Epix or Phoenix does in terms of navigation. Another couple of features that this does, it does an HRV test, which is you just hit the button and let it go. I did that once. We'll see how that compares over time as I get more activities under my belt with the watch. And it does camera control, which I'm not really sure why I would ever use camera control, but you can control GoPros and the Insta360s, which I have both those cameras. Not sure I'll actually test that feature. Really, my concern is going to be, how does this watch compare navigation-wise and GPS accuracy and just general fitness information while I'm doing things mid-workout? Because I've learned with the Epic so far that I really do love all of the fantastic feedback that I get with it on workouts. So I'm going to compare these head-to-head in terms of just feedback that I get from the app, not necessarily the screen or size, because that's unfair. They're different watches. What it's not, and really, it's not an Apple Watch. I'm not comparing it to the Apple Watch, but in terms of screen, it's just not even a direct comparison. So really it's going to come down to GPS accuracy, and would this augment my fitness lineup compared to what the Apple Watch provides. Doesn't have a bright display, I already said that. Doesn't have Spotify. You can load MP3s, but who does MP3s anymore? So that's really a limitation when it comes to music. And it is pretty easy to use so far. It's fairly intuitive, but it's not an Apple Watch, so that's one big thing. But what the biggest advantage of this is the battery life. And so we'll compare that later in another video as I use it a little bit longer to see if I really get what they proclaim to be the battery life for the COROS VERTIX 2. A little disclaimer, COROS did send me this watch to evaluate, and at the end of this evaluation I'll return the watch to them. But in the meantime, let's get outside, let's put some miles on it, see what it's like both at slow speed at a rucking pace and a little bit faster on a run. Those are the two modes that I'll test this in. In a couple weeks I'll give you my verdict on if this would be a great addition to your lineup of watches. If you're going to look to augment your Apple Watch with something more robust, better battery, able to do the longer activities and still give you some notifications, text alerts, that kind of thing. We'll see if it integrates with the iPhone. So let's do it. Let's go test it. Let's get on the road, put some miles on this device, get back to you with what this watch does. If you have any questions for during the test, leave me a comment down below. So I'll check those out and I'll give you my feedback in a few weeks. Let's do it. Let's hit the road. So there it is, the kickoff video of the COROS VERTIX 2, a great sports watch that I hope to see how it interacts with the Apple ecosystem and how it reacts to the rest of everything I do outdoors and in. So let's take a look at that long term. I'll get back to you in a few weeks with what I think of the COROS VERTIX 2. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Helps everyone else see the video in case they are considering the COROS VERTIX as an Apple user. So subscribe to the channel so you can see what happens next. And when I post my next update, sign up for alerts. See you next time. We're going to continue to enjoy this beautiful Georgia weather.